I guess we all know what happens, right? We make up our minds and we decide that we are gonna learn English. We create a plan for ourselves in our minds and we immediately start working on English. That's great so far. But soon we realize this journey is gonna take longer than we expected because there are thousands of steps we should take in order to achieve fluency and the level we wanna have. This somehow discourages us, but we still keep working on English. And one day another problem occurs in our lives because life happens. We in general start feeling bad overall and we lose our motivation toward working on English. And one day we just realize we stopped working on English because we don't feel like it anymore. I think this is what happens to 99% of people. And the unfortunate thing is, these 99% of people also suffer in the other areas of their lives. For example, they want to lose weight, but they can't. They want to improve their relationships with their partners, with their spouses, but they can't. They want to learn a new skill like photography, maybe, but they can't. Or they want to do something else, but basically they can't do it because the start and stop pattern exists in their language learning journey is also available in the other areas of their lives. They start and then they stop when they lose their motivation. And this is a very, very poor fact because when this happens, people can't make progress, people can't transform their lives, and they can't achieve the lives that they want to live. And in today's video, I hope we are going to understand how we can overcome this start and stop pattern in terms of learning English, and maybe, if possible, transcend these ideas and insights to the other areas of their lives. Also, I hope we can understand the underlying concepts behind motivation and self-discipline and have a healthier idea about those concepts as well. But before I start this video, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Mert Maral. I am not a native English speaker. At the beginning of 2023, I have intensely started learning English, and through this YouTube channel, I help people about becoming fluent in English and using English to improve their lives. I want to spread my message because the system made us believe we can learn English through useless methods such as taking English classes in the traditional education system, going to language courses, studying grammar books, spending lots of money, but every single time we failed because we have been cheated. We have lost time, money, opportunities, and we are done with that. So the reality is, I made quite a bit of research to prepare myself for this video, but unfortunately, I have seen anyone else showing you the success graph but me. I think knowing the success graph is very, very important because if we don't know how success and progress works, easily we are going to lose our motivation and maybe we will start thinking like something is wrong with us. So basically, people think like, if they keep giving effort and giving energy and giving time to a particular thing, to a particular goal, they will keep making progress within that goal, and that makes sense, right? That makes complete sense. But the reality is, this progress doesn't make in a linear way. What do I mean by that is, people usually believe if they give 10x amount of efforts, they are gonna get 10x results. And if they give 15x effort, they are gonna get 15x result, like a linear progression. But this is not what happens in the reality. Success graph looks like a ladder, which means even though at some periods you give enough effort and enough time and enough energy to your particular goal, you are not going to receive the results you want to have. You're going to give 10x amount of effort and you're going to get 10x of results. You're going to give 15x of effort, but still you're going to get 10x of results because there are some horizontal periods followed by some vertical jumps. This is very, very important for us to understand this because if we are expecting to make linear progress, but in reality, if we face those horizontal periods, we are going to think like, I'm giving energy, I'm giving effort, I'm giving time to this particular goal, in this case, learning English, but I don't get any results. Probably something is wrong with me, or I'm doing some wrong things, or maybe I'm stupid and I can't make progress. And we will start thinking like, this is not going to work. Maybe it's better for me to quit. And please be aware of that. Even though you don't get any results within those horizontal periods, if you keep making progress, if you keep giving effort, you're going to have a vertical jump and you're going to make progress. You will be better than you are now. But the only thing you should do is, even though you don't get the results today, keep doing the right things. This is so crucial for us to remember. When we want to quit, we are about to make a progress. And the decision you give within those horizontal periods is the difference between successful and unsuccessful people. Unsuccessful people see that they don't get the results they want to have, even though they give efforts, and they quit and they make no progress. They 2 years later start from scratch, and they keep dabbling with these kind of things again and again, and they make no progress. But successful people are the ones that they continue doing the right things because they believe in what to do, because they believe in the things they are doing are the right ones. And even though they don't get the results, they keep working on their craft. And eventually they catch one of those vertical jumps and they make progress, then they have another horizontal period, and then again they keep continue and they make another vertical jump and they make progress at the end of the day. That being said, let's talk about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is the motivation coming from your inside. For example, you want to learn English because you want to gain self-confidence. You want to learn English because you want to make an investment in yourself, which is going to yield more results for you in the future. You want to make an investment in yourself because you want to talk to a specific person who doesn't know your native language. These things are intrinsic motivation sources, whereas extrinsic motivation is the motivation come from outside. Like your boss tells you you should learn English because you're going to get raised. Or your manager tells you you should learn English because he's going to send you to a meeting in another country. Or your spouse tells you you should learn English because this is how you can travel more easily. These kind of things are the extrinsic ones. And it's really important for us to have intrinsic motivation sources instead of extrinsic ones, because this is a long journey. And if you want to truly embrace English, if you want to truly embrace this goal and get into the mindset of not quitting, you should have an intrinsic goal. Extrinsic goals will not carry in the long run. And on some other videos I created on this channel, I called this intrinsic motivation as core internal desire. You should know why you learn English. You should have a core internal desire, and here I'm going to give you a simple exercise you can use if you want to figure out your core internal desire about learning English. And also you can use this exercise in the other areas of their lives. For example, if you want to create a business, you can use this exercise to understand why you should create a business. If you want to do something else, again, you can use this. And this exercise is basically called as 5 whys exercise. And it's so simple. Take a piece of paper and a pen and please write down, why do you want to learn English? Let's say you're going to write down, I want to learn English because I want to get paid more. Then ask yourself this question, why I want to get paid more? You're going to have an answer like, I want to get paid more because I want to provide more resources to my family. Then again, for the second time, ask yourself this question, why I want to provide more resources to my family? I want to provide more resources because this is how I'm going to feel more loved by my family. And you keep doing this until you ask yourself why for 5 times. And by the end of those 5 whys, you're going to have your core internal desire. And when you figure that out, please write down your core internal desire and your goal onto a piece of paper every single day, preferably every single morning. Every single day, wake up, go to bed, and come back to your desk and write down, I want to learn English better than native speakers. Give yourself a deadline by the end of 2025 because of this and that. And to this and that part, insert your core internal desire. I want to learn English better than native speakers by the end of 2025 because, let's say, I want to provide more resources to my family. And when you write it down, please, as an addition, write down the exact things you should do on a daily or weekly basis in order for you to achieve your particular goal. In this case, I want to learn English at this date because of this and that, and this is why, let's say, every single day I listen to English for an hour. I make speaking practice for 30 minutes. I read something in English for 10 pages, and like that. If you engage in that habit every single day, you will literally plant those ideas into your subconscious mind, and your brain will do everything to achieve that particular goal. Please do not underestimate reprogramming your mind, because this is how you can literally have laser focus toward your goal. Having said this, I want to talk a bit about self-discipline. This video is probably named something like how to increase motivation to learn English, or what to do when feeling unmotivated to learn English, but in reality, if you rely on motivation, you will fail. Not only about English, but in all kind of other goals, because motivation is a thing that comes and goes. You can't rely on motivation since it easily vanishes away. And please don't ask yourself these kind of questions. How can I increase my motivation to learn English? What are some ways to become more motivated toward learning English? Don't ask yourself these questions. Instead, ask yourself, how can I become more self-disciplined? Because self-discipline is the key trait, is the key factor that is going to give you the future, is going to give you the life you want to live. Without self-discipline, it's impossible for you to make progress in any kind of thing. So this is why ask yourself, how can I improve my self-discipline? And other than that, I want to say one more thing about motivation, which is like, mostly people believe motivation causes action. They believe I should feel motivated if I want to work on English. I should feel motivated if I want to study. But this is wrong. This is not what happens. In reality, action causes motivation. When you engage in something over and over again, and when you see that you are making progress, then you start feeling motivated, because you see you are getting an expert, you are becoming an expert, and you are gaining competency over your craft. And this is the only real source of having motivation towards something specific. So basically, these are the fundamental mindsets I want to give you about learning English and feeling motivated to do that, or increasing your self-discipline. And please master these mindsets before we continue with this video, because if you skip this part, if you say, nah, the things you said so far are not so important, please give me some tricks and tactics that I can start using today, probably the rest of the video will be useless for you, because you should get into the mindset of a winner in the first place if you want to achieve fluency in English, or let's say achieve your goals in life. So this is why embrace those mindsets. And other than that, I can give you a couple of tricks you can use if you want to increase your motivation toward learning English. And there are things like, if you make learning English more interesting and fun, you're going to feel more motivated toward learning English. For this purpose, I always say, learn something else that you want to learn by using English as a tool. It can be anything and everything. You can learn about how to take care of my kids better, and you can use English to learn that knowledge. And when you do that, you'll automatically learn English. And the other ways of making English learning fun is watching series, watching TV movies, watching football games, making some friends talking in English, and having fulfilling conversations with them. And I don't know, some other things depending on your creativity. And the second thing you can do is building habits around English. For us adults, more than 50% of our days are revolved around habits, which means if you create some habits, with English, you will automatically learn English. This is why you can combine English with walking, you can combine it with cooking. For example, whenever you cook something, you can listen to some English podcasts, or again, when you have a walk, you can listen to some English podcasts. You can create some habits around English. I don't know, just use your creativity. Again, this is depending on your own lifestyle and your own preferences, but create some habits and make this process automatic. And the other thing you can do is taking baby steps when you try to learn English. Maybe you have set yourself a goal like working on English 4 hours per day. That's good, that's amazing, but there will be some days where you can't work 4 hours on English because life will happen, you will feel, I don't know, bad, or some other problem will happen in your life, and you'll see there won't be 4 days to devote on English, and on those days, maybe you can listen to something in English for like 20 minutes. or you can make speaking practice for 5 minutes. It's still way better than zero. Please don't have a mentality like, I go all in or nothing. This mentality is not going to help you, but instead take baby steps. Don't hesitate to take baby steps, and over the course of time, in the long run, they will accumulate and they will help you to make a good progress. And the last thing I want to tell you is stop seeing English as a chore, as a homework, and understand English is a friend. It's a tool that can give you an amazing life. If you educate yourself with English, if you use English to learn the key components of the ideal life you want to have, and if you learn more skills by using English, you're going to understand literally English is one of your best friends, which is going to give you an amazing life. This is how I personally see English, because I make friends with English, I educate myself with English, I travel with English, and soon I hope I will make money with English. And you can see how this helps, how it helps to me. And I recommend you the same. I try to pitch this idea again and again to you to make you understand these concepts. So the conclusion is, my friend, don't rely on motivation, rely on self-discipline. And know that motivation is a thing that comes right after action, not prior to that. And also figure out your core internal desire about learning English, and please write it down onto a piece of paper every single morning until you achieve that goal by using the tactic I give you. I mean, writing down your goal and then setting a deadline and then writing down your core internal desire about learning English, and also write down the exact things you should do on a weekly and daily basis. And if you get into this mentality, if you keep working on English for long enough, of course you're going to learn English, of course you're going to become fluent, and please become fluent in English, because it will definitely worth it. As always, I say this often, but English is one of the best investments you can make in yourself. And if you want to hear more tips and tricks about learning English language, keep following this channel. That's it for today's video. As always, I want to thank you for watching me in this video. If you like what I'm talking on this channel, you can subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share it with your friends and with your loved ones. If you do those sort of things, you will support me. That's the obvious part, but it's going to be good for you as well, because the YouTube algorithm is going to show you more similar videos like this one. We hope that more educative and entertaining ones. You can learn many things from them and you can enjoy them later. Other than that, take care of yourself until the next week, until the next video. If you have something to say to me, we can meet with the comments down below. But if no, I'm gonna see you in the next video, and until that time, take care of yourself and keep working on English. Before I say bye to you, I want to tell you where is this place and why I'm recording my video in a different environment. In the last video, I told you, as you are watching that video, I'm gonna be in Italy, and today I'm in Italy, I'm in Milan, and this is my friend's room. This is why I don't have my usual structure about recording the video, and I don't have my usual environment. And yeah, maybe this is not the optimal one, but still it works. And other than that, yeah, simply bye.